I'm Becky Sunshine. I'm here today to talk about my little duckies and some spring projects going on, to answer questions that you might have about your homestead, any problems you might be having. Just go ahead and ask, and I'll try and help you if I can. So let me just start by talking about my cute little baby ducks. I've been wanting baby ducks for like a year. I wanted a very specific kind though. I wanted runner ducks. So, you know, it took time. I didn't really want to order them through the mail because they're more expensive. So I wanted to try to find them local. But if I had to, I was going to order them through the mail. That's how much I want them. So anyway, I was just patient. And then I found them. I was like, yay! So it was a mixed run though. That's the thing. So that means boys and girls both in the same tub. So I'm looking at them, I'm like, I'm gonna try to pick out a boy and a girl, even though they like little teeny weeny just hatched ducks. So we'll see if I got it right. I did, I think I picked out a boy and a girl. So what's so cute about them is though, they think I'm mommy already, and they just follow me around. And if I get too far away from them, they just sit there and peep and cry. They're just so cute. I have to go back and get them. Because I have to fight Bubby off. Bubby loves them and thinks she's the mother of them. And they're looking at her like, who are you? What are you? And she's like trying so hard. She like tries to herd them around. You know, she gets around them and keeps them all safe. And she's like trying so hard. And they're just like they don't even know she's there.
She doesn't speak duck.
So, I almost feel sorry for her, but she's kind of annoying. Guineas are kind of annoying. They're very strong and they're just not like a chicken.
You should tell them when we find a new home for Cookies and Cream.
Oh, yes, I did. My other rooster, Cookies and Cream, not my big fat white one, Dum Dum. I was just like, I can't have two roosters. It was like so noisy around here. It was just chaos. So I told my friend, I'm like, hey, you want a rooster? It was a nice purebred rooster, Americana. So she's like, okay. So Scott had to catch him. He had to go with there and catch him. And he was kind of hard to catch, but you know, roosters are a little harder to catch than hens are. But the funny thing is he turns them upside down. It's so hilarious. And it's just like, it just lays there like it's hypnotized. It just falls asleep. It's really funny. I don't know if anybody's ever done that before, but turn a chicken upside down.
We're getting some questions. AZ's Pet says, my chickens have spots on their eggs. Is that normal?
Yeah, sometimes you will get eggs with little like brown spots on them. It's like if you scratch it, it's like it's in the shell. It's like a freckle or something. So that's fine. It doesn't do anything. You can still eat them.
Tiny Pumpkin says, my chicken laid her third egg today.
Oh, good. I know you just love when they start laying. You're like, yay, go chicken, go.
Julie says hello from the UK.
Hi, Julie. Glad you joined us.
Joseph says hello from England.
Oh, hi, Joseph.
Madison says hi from the UK.
Hi, Madison. We have a lot of people from over there on the other side today.
Linda says, hey, Becky from Michigan.
Hi, Linda. Glad you joined us. If any of you have questions, now's your chance. I'll try and answer them for you.
Lizette says, I'm getting chickens. What can I give them besides their main food, which is chicken feed?
Yeah. Chickens eat anything, to tell you the truth. Chickens are like hogs, like pigs. They like aren't that picky. They will eat anything. But I always try to give them healthy stuff, you know. But of course, a lot of like scraps from the garden. They do eat meat. Chickens are meat eaters, so you can give them like table scraps. You know, a little bit of bread here and there. They love that. You just break little pieces off and throw it in there. Of course, they love that. Really anything. They're not very picky.
AZ's Pet says, are you going to get a pet reptile like a snake or a gecko?
We've had those. We've had those. I have two sons, so those are the kind of pets we had in our house years and years. Right now, Scott has a Pac-Man frog. That's got to be like in the Guinness Book of World Records. It's so old. It's adorable.
Daisy.
Yeah, we do have Daisy, my turtle. She's so cute. And we have had snakes in the past too. pet snakes, bald pythons. So, and we did have a Colombian red tail too at one point. Those are pretty long. Those get pretty big. I do like reptiles. Oh, and we had an iguana too at one point. A lot of reptiles. Reptiles are interesting, but they're not like lovey-dovey like other pets.
Ricer Doggy says, will you ever get rabbits?
I've had rabbits as well. I don't like rabbit meat, so that's why I don't have rabbits on my homestead. You know, I know some people use them for fur too. You know, they can like brush them and then spin that into yarn or whatever. But I don't really like rabbits for me, even though I like them.
Heather says, hello from South Georgia.
Hi, Heather. Glad you joined us.
Cameron says, when my baby chicks go into the coop, do I still feed them chick food or do I feed them actual chicken food?
There's like a little transition period there. You're like, you know, are they ready for grown-up food or like should they still have baby food? So I kind of just offer them both and see how it goes. You know, I'll like still give them a little chick food, but I don't like give them this big bowl of chick food because what happens is, it happens with the ducks too. Even though they're adults, that stuff's easy just to shovel in there and like they don't even have to try for it. So I like to like give them just a little bit of chick starter and then try to add in some adult food so they can just eat both. And they'll be a little bit hungry, so they'll try the adult food. That's once they're fully feathered though. I wouldn't do it before that.
Rosie Rose says, I want to buy guinea fowl hens. Can you please tell me how they are with chickens?
Oh, they're fine with chickens. My rooster loves my guinea hen. In fact, he tries to breed her and she's like, whatever. Of course, it doesn't work, but she gets in the chicken coop. She'll get in there. She can fly over the top and she'll get in there with the hens and they're fine. Now, I'm not sure I would like keep them locked up in the same coop personally. Guinea hens are stronger than chickens and just, you know, more rambunctious than chickens are. So we don't keep ours locked up with the chickens.
Tristan says, I'm getting baby ducks today.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I love my baby ducks.
Sabby Cat says, hello from Ohio.
Hi, Sabby Cat.
Nikki says, hello, Becky.
Hi, Nikki. We could show them the ducks too. They're out in the tub if we won't feel like it.
Tana says, hello from Oregon.
Hi, Tana. All the way from Oregon. That's like all the way across.
Jay says, I got 11 ducklings and they're eating me out of house and home.
I know. It's like, why'd you get 11? It's like so many. They eat a lot of food. It's like 2 ducks are enough. For one thing, they breed. So if you need more, you'll get more. But you can control it because you can like take the eggs away and let them just hatch like 2 babies. Yeah, ducks eat a lot more than chickens do. So I don't know, if you have the money and you just feel like feeding them, like just whatever.
Joseph says, what do you do for a living? Because homesteading seems like an expensive lifestyle. It's the opposite of what it is.
Homesteading isn't an expensive lifestyle. It's a simple lifestyle where you don't have the newest and best of everything. You just are happy with a simple life and close to nature and hard work and just do it yourself. So then you try to get, you know, debt free. I'm mortgage free, so my truck's paid off. That all helps. You have a cheap life.
Salt says, have you ever had problems with roaches?
Oh, I hate bugs. But no, I don't really have problems with bugs, to tell you the truth. I don't know why. I know mice and rats just love my log cabin. Like they're like can crawl right up the walls and stuff, but my cat takes care of all that, so I don't have any problems with that anymore. But if I didn't have a cat, that would be a problem I'd have to fight.
Tonya says, hey girl, watching from Virginia.
Hi, glad you joined us.
Jacob says, hi from Ohio.
Hi, Jacob.
Emily says, I'm going to have 4 barred rocks soon and wondering how big of a coop I need.
For 4 chickens, I would probably do like 10 by 20 foot. You want to have it bigger than you think because then you'll be problem free. If you have it small and it's too crowded, it's like they'll start getting stressed out, then they'll start getting sick, they'll start picking on each other, your egg production will suffer, and it's all just not good. So always build it bigger than you think they need, and you'll be really happy you did, because they live a long time. So you'll just be enjoying them, getting your eggs and having fun with them, instead of like, oh, what's wrong with it? This one's got that, it's missing feathers, they're not laying eggs, why? And it's no fun when you're in that situation.
Elizabeth says, hi from Vancouver Island, Canada.
Oh, hi, Elizabeth.
Pamela says, hello from Kentucky.
Hi, Pamela.
Matt says, how can you tell the gender of 4-week-old chickens?
Well, it's hard to do, to tell you the truth. A lot of times you can just wait until they get older, and then you can just tell, because the roosters will be a rooster and the hen will be a hen. When they're feathered, you can tell. Or when you buy them, I don't know how they tell, but they'll have them separated, and they'll say pullets, which are the females, cockerels, which are the boys and the boys, and then they'll have straight run, which is mixed together, boys and girls. So there is a technique with the feathers on the wing. They'll like pull it out. I don't know. I just kind of go by body shape when I picked my ducks out and trying to pick the boy and the girl, because once you've been around animals for a while, there is a difference. So we'll see if I'm right.
Taylor says, how long do chickens lay eggs?
For years. A lot of people will put a number on them, and there's been like research, I guess, where they've kept the chicken, and they'll even say this breed will lay 300 and something eggs, and this, I don't know. But I've had chickens for years, and they lay normal, regular. One thing about chickens, as they get older though, the yolk of the white of the egg will be a little more runny, but you can improve that with a better diet by feeding them more animal protein and make sure they get calcium and grit.
Amber says, how many chickens do you have?
Right now I have 4 chickens and 1 rooster. Is that right? I think I only have 4 right now. But I'm not getting any more because I'm hoping mine hatch out their own babies. So we'll see.
Sabby Cat says, do you lasagna garden?
I do like lasagna gardening, and I do, I don't know if I'm like technical by the book, but just layering material in my bed, my raised bed is what I do, yes.
Eve says, hello, Becky.
Hi, Eve.
Timothy says, hello, Becky from Michigan.
Hi, Timothy.
Tyrone says, hello from Michigan.
Hi, Tyrone.
Bumblebee says, do any of your animals act up when the weather's about to change?
Oh my gosh, yes. All animals do. I think people do too. But the one that shows it the most is my mule, Charlie. He is a handful for at least 2 months in the spring. Like usually February and March. He is such a brat. Like he's just snorty. Like he doesn't want you to catch him. And when you catch him, he's just like he just tries everything he's not supposed to do. So I've been giving him leading lessons, which he already knows how to lead, but practicing that, making him behave himself. And I go for a walk and do exercise for myself, and then I take him with me. So that really helps.
Blue Straw Hat says, what do you grow in your garden?
Well, right now I have Brussels sprouts and cabbage, my lemon tree. I can't really plant anything. I like to just plant the seeds in the dirt. That's how I do it. I don't do like seedlings first and all those steps. And it's a little too early for me to like plant seeds out there just in the dirt because it'll frost. We always get a frost in March. So I don't want, in fact, we just had a frost last night and I was in there watching TV and I'm like, oh, I think I gotta cover my lemon tree. So here I go out running outside late at night with a blanket to cover my lemon tree. I love my lemon tree. I didn't want it to die.
JJ Washington says, hello from Salem, Oregon.
Hi, JJ. So if anybody has any questions, now your chance for me to answer them.
Daniel says, hi from Ohio, love Daisy the attack turtle.
Oh my gosh, she's been in there. It's been cold, so she's like hiding out, sleeping. I go in there, I look at her. She like, when she sleeps, she like lets her skinny long neck out and is just like laying on the ground. I go, Daisy, are you in there? And she just like opens her eyes and looks at me. She's so funny.
Blue Straw Hat says, do you use your chickens for meat?
No, I don't. All mine are just for eggs. I don't have any meat birds. There's specific breeds for meat birds, really, if you want to do it right. So all mine are just laying hens.
Timothy says, hi Becky, do you have a soap recipe using coconut, olive oil, castor, and palm?
I don't do soap or recipes like that because that's a pain in the neck. I don't want to have to buy 4 oils. I want a recipe that's 1 oil or maybe 2 oils. If you notice, all my recipes are like that because I want to make it simple. I don't want to like measure out a teaspoon of this, a cup of this, a half a cup of that, and you're just like, why? It doesn't make it better. It doesn't make it better at all. It doesn't do anything. So you're better off with just 1 oil or maybe 2 oils. I do like my coconut olive oil soap, but I love pure olive oil soap and I love pure coconut oil soap. Those 2 are my favorite.
Old Goat says, hello from Minnesota. I enjoy your videos.
Old Goat. I'm glad you like them.
Lizette says, how can I keep the chickens warm when it's chilly outside?
Well, if they're full-grown chickens, they will grow in more down, those little fuzzy feathers. They'll grow more in. Like all animals that live outside, they will grow in more fur to keep themselves warm through the winter. So you don't have to do anything, really. They just need a house, a hen house that is waterproof and windproof, that they can get in there, and they should be fine.
Rosemary says, hi from northern Maine.
Hello, Rosemary.
Evelyn says, do you worry about having snakes around your chickens, about them being eaten?
No, not at all, because snakes kill chickens.
No, chickens kill snakes, you mean.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Chickens kill snakes. I've never, ever seen a snake kill a chicken. I just have never. And then some snakes will eat eggs. You can, there's some that will, but who cares? I can spare an egg. It's not a big deal. Like, I don't panic over that. So I had a snake in my house not long ago. Well, maybe 2 years ago. A big snake got in my cabin.
Amber says, hi from Wisconsin.
Hi, Amber.
Caesar says, how do I train my dogs to be nice to the chickens?
First of all, you got to have a good dog to start with. And the dog has to be well trained so it minds you very well. And then you just kind of let it see the chicken, and if it even sniffs it a little too aggressive, you have to be like, no, and not let it, and have to lay down. I'll tell you, a good farm dog, what it'll do is it won't stand up and chase the chickens. It'll lay down near the chickens. So it like knows if it lays down, it won't scare the chickens. That's a real good farm dog. That's what Lincoln does. He knows. Like if he goes near the little baby ducks, he'll lay down so he doesn't scare them. And he'll do that when he was starting to get to know the horses and stuff, when he was growing up a little bit, because that's less of a threat to the chickens or the horses or whatever. He's like, by laying down, he's like letting them know of course he's not in like attack mode because he's laying down. That's a really good smart farm dog.
Chris Game says, I have 3 baby buff Orpington. One is smaller than the other 2. What does that mean?
It's younger probably. If you bought it from a store or whatever. So I don't know, that's what it means. Just watch out, make sure the other 2 don't pick on it.
Old Goat says, I'm retiring soon and will be looking to become more self-sufficient.
Yeah, you won't regret it. It's so awesome. It's such a great lifestyle. I can't tell you. I can't tell you how awesome it is. It's a great lifestyle. You just you do work hard. If you like hard physical labor, which I don't mean like super hard, but pretty hard physical labor, you just like that. It feels good to like, use your muscles and do stuff. And you like to be outside and fresh air and nature. It's like, oh, all those things are awesome. You will love to homestead. Plus doing stuff for yourself, making stuff. If you just like to make stuff, it's like just so awesome. It's very fulfilling.
Julia says, hello from Colorado.
Hi, Julia. That's such a pretty name. I love that name.
Danielle says, hi from Italy.
Hi, Danielle.
Allison says, hi, Becky. You taught me how to clean my window AC last year. Thank you.
I know. That's a big deal when those hot, hot days of summer. It's like you want that baby cranking out the cold air.
Sandra says, hello from California.
Hi, Sandra. James told me he watched our video and it's like cleaned his air conditioner.
Casey says, hello from California. I have 4 3-week-old chicks, and they're crazy girls, but so much fun.
Oh, yeah, they are. They're a little hectic when they're little, and they do require, like, a lot of care. You got to, like, feed them, like, 3-4 times a day in a little tiny container so they're not as messy. And then, it's a lot of work, but they are so cute when you just have years of fresh eggs, and it's awesome. I think you'll love them.
Tonya says, I have raised my chickens from chickie babies, and now they're 6 months old.
Oh.
When do you think they'll start laying?
Okay, a lot of people realize this, where there's like heritage breeds, which are just like old-fashioned, almost like heirloom seeds breeds. Those will be around 10 months when they lay. And then there's like hybrid breeds, which some of those are like mixed, and they'll purposely breed like this one with this one for these 2 characteristics and try to keep breeding those. And a lot of times the hybrids will start laying eggs sooner. Like some people will say 4 months old, which that is so weird to me. It's like, I think it needs to mature and 10, 12 months. That's awesome. I like the heritage breeds.
Caitlin says, hi from Jacksonville, Florida.
Hi, Caitlin.
Noemi says, hello from California.
Naomi.
Noemi.
Hi. Glad you joined us. Glad everybody joins. I'm so happy. It's the Homestead community. It's my Homestead homies.
Patty says, hi there from Las Vegas.
Hi, Patty, Las Vegas. Whoops, I like going to Las Vegas. Las Vegas is fun.
Taylor says, can you let your chickens loose in an open, unfenced yard and have them come back? As long as the neighbor's dogs don't get them.
I was going to say, they might come back, they might not come back, because, like, I wouldn't do that, personally. I just wouldn't chance it. It's like too many things want to eat chickens. There's like hawks, your neighbor's dog, a little fox, and they all smell that. Animals have a good sense of smell, and they'll be like, zoom! They'll get that chicken will wander a little too far, and they'll corn it and get it in 2 seconds. So they invented a coop for a reason. It's to keep the chickens safe.
And we just did a video on fencing, though, to fence your yard in.
Yeah.
So you can see that.
I mean, unless you're sitting out there in the lawn chair, like, enjoying a drink and just watching them, and, that's probably fine. But after, when you're ready to go in the house, because chickens can't tell time. If they're running around for 20 minutes, they'll be happy. They'll like that.
Alvina says, hi from Germany.
Hi, Alvina. Glad you joined us from Germany.
Trisha says, for a family of 5, how many chickens should I get to have a steady supply of eggs for my family?
Get 1 chicken per person. Get 5 chickens.
And then each person has their own chicken.
That's what I would do. I mean,
only can eat eggs from your chicken.
And plus it'll be fun,
No sharing of
Each
eggs.
person gets a chicken. They get to name it. And you won't have too many. A lot of times people will get too many and they'll be too crowded. And they'll be stressed out and you won't get good egg production. And yet they're like spending a lot of money feeding them all because they do eat quite a bit. So it's my suggestion. What are you laughing about?
Bumblebee says, Becky, sweaty pumpkins is our favorite phrase in the house because of you. Oh, my sweaty pumpkins, or be quiet, you sweaty pumpkin.
Glad you liked that. It's big sweaty pumpkin. No, was that what I said? Big sweaty pumpkins?
Tina says, hello from Indiana.
Hi, Tina. Gotta have a little fun in life. You know, you gotta have a sense of humor, have a little fun. You don't want to be all uptight. That's what homesteading is. You're like free. Have a little fun.
Mangoon says, hi Becky from Cleveland, Texas. Can you leave feed and water with chickens for a week without attending?
I personally don't do that. You know what I mean? That's pushing it if you ask me.
You could have somebody come take care of them.
Somebody's got to come and check on them and take care of them. Just, you know, peek in there, make sure everything's going good. I mean, you could have a raccoon or something get in there and eat all the feed, and then they're like, going to starve while you're gone.
Plus, chickens knock it over and step in it.
Who knows? The water could be like tipped over, and what? They're going to die of thirst in there while you're like off having a good time. Come home and they're all like, ugh, I'm dead. I personally wouldn't do that.
Dustin says, hi Becky from Utah.
Hi, Dustin. We always get a house sitter. I mean, you know, you should have some friends or family member or somebody, you know, come in and take a peek. And I pay them. It's like, I don't expect them to do it for free, you know. You don't want to take advantage of your friends and your family, so.
Megan says, how much land do you own?
2 acres. That's all I need. So I swear, sometimes I lay in bed and I'm like, you know, I could even have less, I think. I love to run a little tight ship. Like, you know, I love to like organize it, put the pens in good position, and I like that. I don't need like this big sprawling 40 acres and you look out there and you're like, yikes, I gotta take care of all that and fence it all in and all that. It's just like, I don't know. That's not my cup of tea.
Irina says, I love your show. I named one of my chickens after you.
Becky Sunshine.
Because you were the one who inspired me to raise them.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Honestly, I think you're going to enjoy them. And once you get chickens, I've had them for years and years and years. I always have chickens.
Voice of Salt says, have you had problems with rats going in the coop?
No. Everybody asks me that.
You know what? The cat.
And even if a rat gets in there, like, who cares? I mean, I don't know what people are, a rat infestation. I think if you have a rat infestation, you're doing something wrong. Like you're not keeping the coop clean. I don't know. You must be doing something wrong, because I've never had that problem. And I have like, you know, open land around me where they cook. Maybe you're too messy, you know, keep it cleaner.
Kareem says, hello from Algeria.
I don't have,
Kareem.
Kareem? Hi, Kareem.
Kathy says, hello, Becky. This is my first time on a live stream.
Oh.
Have a good day from Ohio.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad you joined us. Yeah, we started doing live streams just, you know, so I can just say hi to people, you know, in live time instead of just videos and stuff. And
Saif says, hello from North Africa. Do you think it's safe to introduce my dog to new chickens?
Like I said to the man earlier who asked the same question, if your dog is well trained and it obeys, it's very obedient, what you have to do is have the dog lay down near the chickens. He can't be like up sniffing the chickens, going after them. That is the wrong way to do it. And if you can't have good control of your dog, you better have it on a leash, and, you know, dog has to lay down and stay down. So that way the chicken will kind of look at the dog too. The chicken will kind of go over there and then they can introduce that way. That's what a good dog will do on its own anyway, if it's smart.
Sandra says, do you still have your pig?
Neil. Yes, I do have Neil. I don't have a meat hog out there right now, but I have Neil. Neil's getting older. I say he's my old man Neil now.
He's a member of the family. He's not going anywhere.
He's so cute. We love Neil.
Footy Paws says, you put your guinea fowl into a pen at night to keep her safe.
No.
We'd have to put Bubby in a pen to keep the other animals safe.
Oh, she is too much. She doesn't go to bed until everybody's in bed. She will even come on the porch and look in the window and squawk and squawk and squawk at me. And if I'm outside late doing something and it's dark, she will not get on her perch and go to bed until I come in the house. She is so funny. But I don't have any problems because I have farm dogs that protect them. And I personally, I do hear an owl when I'm in bed at night, but I don't think an owl is big enough to get her, or it just hasn't. So I don't have any problems. Thanks to my dogs, to tell you the truth. I know my dogs do a great job.
Dooley says, just laid money down on an awesome property. After home is built, where do I start? Garden or livestock?
I would start with a chicken coop because nothing like getting those fresh eggs coming in while you're doing other stuff. And then, you know, maybe plant fruit trees right away because, you know, those will take a few years to start bearing fruit for you. So, but, you know, like survey your land and see where the sun rises. Take notice in your yard where the sun shines all the time, and you'll know that's where to put your garden. Like take notice where there's shade all the time. You'll know that's where you want to build your animal pens. You know, you don't just like go out there all willy-nilly and start doing stuff. You got to put a lot of thought into it if you want stuff to run smooth.
Gamer's World says, my chickens are eating their eggs. Please help.
They're hungry, I think. I don't think they're getting enough protein. You got to give them some more animal protein. If you can get some good quality cat kibble, like grain-free cat kibble, you know, there's some like lamb and rice, or I don't know, just go look and then start adding some of that to their diet. And also get crushed oyster shells and maybe some alfalfa hay and put that in there so they have plenty of calcium.
And I think if their coop is too small, that'll make them do that too.
It's a nutrition, you know, problem. Yeah, and if the coop's really small,
it gives them stress. They do weird stuff.
Yeah, it's true. If the coop is too small, they will get stressed out and start acting naughty.
Annie says, I know homesteading keeps you busy. What's your favorite thing to do hobby-wise for relaxing?
Well, I like to do a lot of stuff, to tell you the truth. It all has to do with nature. I like to go kayaking, just paddling around the rivers. It's so nice to me. I like to go hiking, just go for a nice walk out in nature. And of course, I love to play with my mule and ride my mule.
You make jewelry.
Yeah, but that's kind of crafty stuff. I just do that at night to kind of just, I don't know, I just like to do stuff at night while I'm relaxing.
Blue Straw Hat says, are horses worth the money?
I'm going to tell you how Scott is shaking his head. No, they're not. Men don't.
I'm just joking.
Men don't think horses are worth the money.
It's just a joke.
It's the truth. A lot of men just don't think horses are worth the money. Women, on the other hand, usually love their horses. I would say get a horse that's plenty big to carry you, but that's it. Like, don't go get this huge horse. The bigger the horse, the more it eats, you know. You're better off getting something short and really stocky, and then it'll be cheaper to, you know, take care of, and you can still ride it around and have a lot of fun with it. So.
We got a $5 super chat from Noah.
Thank you, Noah.
He says, hi, Becky.
Hi, Noah.
Thank you so much for all your videos and books.
Oh, I'm so happy to make them for people.
I bought your book a while back, and it helped me so much with starting a homestead.
Yeah, I try to make it so it really helps people. I didn't have anybody to help me, and I like figured it all out on my own. And so I'm just like, oh, I'm going to write all this stuff down so I can help other people. Because when you're first starting, you're like, you don't know, especially if it's your first time ever and you don't have like family members to tell you how to do it and stuff. So yeah, I'm so glad it helped you.
Hallelujah says, Becky, you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Noah should email us like a testimonial. We can use on our website.
Oh yeah, good review.
Just a testimonial. Just
What?
email it to us.
Okay. If you would, that would help us, Noah. A little testimonial on the book.
Megan says, is your rooster nice?
My rooster's very nice. I wouldn't have a rooster if it wasn't nice. That thing would be out the door. But most roosters aren't that nice. I have to be honest. It's like I always say 1 out of 100 are nice. It's like a lot of roosters are jerks, to tell you the truth. I don't know if it's inbreeding or what it is, but.
Kennedy says, just got 2 more chicks. How are the chicken breeds Light Brahma and Black Astrolorp?
Oh, the Black Astrolorp, they're the best. I always say I have a soft spot for the black astrolabe. They are so sweet and so nice. I even call mine Sweetie. It's that sweet. It's just so cute. What was the other one she said?
Light Brahma. I never even heard of that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had one of those. I don't know. You'd have to look that breed up. I don't know. I do like to know the characteristics of a breed, though, you know, before I get them. Even though when you're looking, they're like, oh, they're so cute. Like, let's get this one or let's get that one. I don't do that. I want to know the characteristics of the breeds I get.
Retired and Prepping says, I'm going to make just plain lye soap. I've made it with fragrances and colors before.
Yeah, I will put a little essential oil in it and for a fragrance. And a lot of people are like, oh, I can barely smell it. And I'm like, yeah, it's perfect. You want to just get a teeny little whiff of that. I don't like a lot of fragrance in my soaps either. And I will color them just slightly too. I don't put a lot of color in them, just sometimes, just for fun. You know, that part's okay.
Voice of Salt says, do you have to bathe chickens?
I never bathe chickens. There are people that show chickens, like there's 4-H, you know, a lot of children do that, and they will have chicken shows. And so, of course, they're going to have on the table with the judge judging it. So they'll get a little tub of warm water and they'll give it a little bath. But I'm sure the chicken doesn't love that.
They give themselves a dust bath.
It doesn't hurt them. Yeah, they want dirt. They don't want water. They want dirt. There's no reason to, really, because even if they have a problem with like lice or mites or something, you just have to dust them with the diatomaceous earth, get them on your lap and like sprinkle it and work it in the feathers, which doesn't take any water because water doesn't kill lice or mites. That diatomaceous earth dries them out and kills them.
Dee says, hi Becky, from Tobago of Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, that's interesting.
Tobago, I guess, is it?
Hi.
I tried your coconut oil soap. It is going to be ready on Saturday.
Oh,
First time on your live stream.
Oh, good. I'm glad you joined me. Yeah, you know, and soap, every batch is a little different. You'll notice, like, sometimes it'll seem like it'll cure a little faster. It'll be a little drier. And that has to do with the temperature outside, the temperature of your house. So, you know, if you pick it up and it maybe feels a little gummy, a little sticky, let it cure a little longer. And, you know, you got to kind of, every batch is a tiny bit different because all the little elements, you know, affect it in a little bit of a way. But you'll love it. I love my homemade soap. I got to make it again soon. So I'm going to I'll see what recipe I do this time. I usually make soap once a year.
Blue Straw Hat says, have you ever considered getting silky chickens?
I want some silky chickens, actually, but I want black silky chickens because they're a very little breed. And if you get a white silkies, which of course are adorable, but what happens is they're easy pickings for, you know, a hawk or an owl, and really not even a hawk in my area because my dogs will get them when the hawks try to come down. But those owls at night, they can pick them off easy, and they're easy to see because they're white.
Megan says, hi from Utah.
Hi, Megan.
Randall says, hi from Lake Helen, Florida.
Ryan?
Randall.
Randall. Hi, Randall. Nice to talk to everybody.
Megan says, I had no idea chickens killed snakes.
Yeah, they do. I've seen them, like with my own 2 eyes. I'm not even like, oh, I read that somewhere. No, I've seen them. I've seen them kill a big snake, and I've seen them with little baby snakes, you know, like, and they're fighting over it. One will have it hanging down, and the other chicken's like, give me that, give me that. And they'll be like chasing each other around. But how they killed the big snake, I had quite a few hens at that time. So there was probably like, I want to say like 6 or 7 of them. And the snake got in the middle. Like, I don't know how. It just like, maybe it was just unlucky for the snake. It was a pretty big circle. All those hens were around that snake, and they were like all screeching and screaming, and that's what got my attention. I was like, what's going on over there? And I was standing there, and they had that snake in the middle, and they were just, one over here would peck it as hard as it could and get it, bite it. And then, of course, it would turn towards that one because it was like, it bit me, you know? And then these over here would all be screeching and screaming, and the one over here would bite it. And so it would like turn back over there, and they just kept doing that, taking their shots at it until they killed it. And then they ate it.
Thomas says, hey Becky, Thomas from Ireland, love your channel.
Hi Thomas, thanks for joining us. I feel like that camera's too low and I'm like looking down, it's giving me a neck ache. I feel like it needs to be up there so I can just look straight.
Hang on everybody.
You're like, oh, that's much better, thank you. That was so awful. Why'd you have it so low?
Elena says, hi from sunny island of Cyprus.
Oh, hi.
Can I have 2 male ducks in my coop?
Oh, in your coop with your chickens? I don't mix them like that because they might not like fight, but they don't get along. And for one thing, ducks eat so much with that big shovel bill. They'll eat up all your chicken food and your chickens won't get as much food. And then you're going to be like, how come my chickens aren't laying eggs now that my ducks are in there? It's like, well, because they're hungry now because the ducks are eating all the food. So I personally don't mix them like that. Especially if you want your egg. I want my egg production, I want it to be like a little factory. And it's so funny because when I give eggs away, I'm like, I love to just give dozens to my friend. I'll be like, fresh from the factory. I want those babies just rolling out of there. So I don't mix anything with my hens. I treat them like little queens out there, whatever they want. Like whatever you want, just keep the eggs coming.
We have a similar question from Megan and Jillian.
Okay.
And basically is, how do you introduce young chickens to the flock without them getting beat up?
I have videos on that. If you go on my website and look under chickens, and you can watch the videos on that. It will kill the baby chickens. If you just have little chickens, and even if they're feathered, let's just say like they're the size of a grapefruit and they have all their feathers, adult feathers, and you're like, oh, they're so big, I'm sick of taking care of them, I'm gonna go put them in the coop. They'll kill them. It's like your hens will kill those little ones. They're not gonna like jump on it like a tiger and kill it, but what happens is they chase it away from all the food and they don't let it eat or drink, and it just gets weak and it'll just die. I've gone over to more than one friend's house and go there, like, because us homesteaders, we love to like show each other all our stuff, like take a walk around, and it's so fun to us, gardens and animals. And I've walked up to the coop and I'm like, hey, what is all that in there? There was literally like 5 dead baby chicks because she just put them in there with the rest of them. She was like, oh my God, they all died. She's like, she literally went in there and she's like picking them all up like this. She had like her arms full. And she came out and like, you know, was digging the hole to bury them. And it's because the big one starved them out. And I told her that. I'm like, the big one starved them out. I'm like, you didn't know that? And she was like, no, I didn't know. I'm like, yeah, you can't just put them in there with the grown-ups. You have to wait until they're the same physical size. They don't have to be the same age, but the same physical size. And even then you have to keep an eye and, you know, watch, because sometimes there'll be one, even though it's big, it'll still be a like baby and they'll beat up on that one. Pull its feathers out and stuff.
Krat says, hi from the Netherlands.
Hi, Krat.
Barb says, hi from Denmark. Have you ever had an egg-bound hen?
Yes, I have had egg-bound hens, and it does happen. You know, it happens from time to time. It's a nutritional thing. You have to make sure they get more calcium. So you can give them crushed up oyster shells. Like, always make sure they have that. For one, it helps them digest their food. They grind their food up in their gizzard. And then it also adds calcium to their diet. But another way to add calcium to their diet is by giving them alfalfa hay. They love that stuff. Like, you can just buy a bale of alfalfa hay somewhere and just like take a flake and just throw it in there. Like, you don't even have to be neat and tidy about it. They'll pick it, they'll destroy that thing. They'll pick and scratch and eat it, and that'll, they need calcium to make the muscles work down there to squeeze the egg out.
Becca says, how tall do you keep your fence to keep the chickens in?
My fence is 4 foot high. I don't have a roof though. I only have a roof over where the water is, and then going towards my hen house, and the middle is open. And a lot of people can't get away with that. I know I do, but a lot of people can't. But I have my farm dogs that protect my chickens. So no fox is gonna come and jump over, or no raccoon, because my dogs will be out there and get them.
Jane says, hi from Michigan City, Indiana.
Hi, Jane.
Learning a lot, just made your ciabatta bread, letting it set, so excited.
Yeah, it's good. That's one thing, I love bread. I like baguettes and bread, it's really fun. In fact, I have this awesome big, I went on vacation, I think I was in Portland. I bought this bread book. I just have to start making some of those recipes. One of them I did was the cornbread, which turned out so good.
Sandra says, do you have names for your chickens?
For the ones I have that have like a really good personality, I'll name them. And then some chickens, you know, they're just kind of like doldrum chickens. It's just like whatever. I like take good care of them, of course, and I love them, but I don't name them. So some of them I name. The ones with a good personality.
Kat says, how do I get my hen from laying on a barrel to going in the nest?
Laying eggs on a barrel?
Just somewhere. Just how do you get them to lay eggs in the nest instead of somewhere
You
else?
have to make sure, like I said, I keep mine, I treat them like little queens, like whatever they want. I'm like, whatever you want, I'm their servant practically. You have to make sure they like their nest box. Obviously, they don't like their nest box because if they liked it, they would be in there laying eggs in there. It has to be, make it out of those totes. I was going to say a recipe. I made a video, and Scott made a video about making a nest box out of the totes. So it has to be a cozy, private, quiet area, and put a little hay in there.
Heather says, where can I get your shirts?
On my website, beckysHomestead.com.
Click on store and then click on shirts.
There you go. I drew 2 more too. We're going to put them on there soon. 2 more.
Angelica says, any tips on getting bees to nest in one area? My dad has bees on his property and he doesn't know how to make them move to a different area. You're so lovely. Thank you. That's from Angelica.
Thanks, Angelica. Well, this is what I know about bees. I've never kept bees, but I know a tiny bit about bees just because I like bees. What happens is they'll have a hive and they'll be doing really good and flourishing. And in the springtime, usually, they'll split. There'll just be too many for that hive. Now, I'm talking wild bees. I don't know if this is the same in a hive, but I think it is. So even if you keep bees. And it'll want to split. So what happens is, interestingly, the older bees will be the ones that move, the old queen bees. So they'll move, it'll be like a swarm, and they'll swarm somewhere, and they'll all crowd around her, and it'll just be like a big bee comb just buzzing, and you're just like, wow. While they're like that, protecting her, the scouts are out looking for a good place to build a hive, a new hive. So when they find it, they all like get her over there to the new one and start a new hive. So you can't like make them do it. They know when to do it. So they do it on their own. And then the younger, newer bees will be in the old hive. And it'll just keep going like that. So I'd be like, just leave them alone. Let them do it on their own. They know what they're doing. People like interfere. We think we got to like get in there and interfere. And it's like, you really don't. Just leave them alone.
Dawn says, I think your videos are awesome. I've learned a lot and love, love, love my chickens. I'm a chicken lady now.
You're a chicken lady now. You're a part of the Sunshine Club. It's like, welcome. Yeah, it is so much fun. I love it.
Betty says, hi, Becky.
Hi,
from
Betty.
California.
Hi, Betty.
My rooster beats up my hens every day, and he's so mean he even attacks me.
Get rid of him. Get rid of him. It's like not even a hesitation. Get rid of them. It's like your poor hens will be miserable forever. Not all roosters are good. Like very few roosters are good. I would never keep a lousy rooster. That sucker would be gone.
Elisa says, what's the name of the books you've done? I'm very interested.
Oh,
Go to beckysHomestead.com and click on shop, and they're all right there.
He's telling me stop clicking my hands. So I'm like looking at him like, shut up. He's annoying.
Sandra says, my husband surprised me with chickens about 18 months ago, and your videos taught me so much about them. I was clueless when they came home.
Yeah, it's like, that's like, oh, you got to learn quick when you're just like, here they are. It's like, you got to learn quick. But they're pretty easy to take care of. There's a lot of little things you'll learn over time, and you know, you're like, why is it doing this or that? And you do figure it out, but you can always watch my videos. I have a lot of chicken videos on my website.
Jane says, hi Becky, have you ever made goat soap or beeswax candles?
Oh, beeswax candles on my list. I'm going to be making those soon, but I don't only want to make beeswax candles. I want to like cut the glass, you know what I mean, from bottles and stuff, and then make the candles and coming soon because I'm going to buy the glass cutter soon.
Savvy Cat says, have you ever made a quiche?
Yes, I do make quiche all the time.
We have a video of quiche.
Yeah.
So search
I
Becky's Homestead quiche.
Yeah, I have a quiche recipe. I'm one of them.
Will mothballs, Jacob says, will mothballs around the coop keep the snakes away? We still have the chicks inside, but I just want to be sure to put them out.
I don't think that keeps the snakes away. It's
Plus,
like
mothballs are like chemicals.
people are so freaked out about snakes. It's like, just don't worry about it. Like, don't even have it in your brain. Who cares? They're out there, whatever. Having lots of pet snakes, snakes don't want you. They don't like you. They don't want you. They don't want to be near you. All snakes do is eat like once in a while and curl up in a ball and sleep. That's it. It's like they're not out there looking for trouble. So like, don't even worry about snakes.
Julie says, I love watching all your videos. I want to have my own little chicken farm one day.
Yeah, you will.
How can I order your book?
Oh, well, you just go to my website and what?
Becky'sHomestead.com and click on shop.
And then you'll see my books there. When I write a book, I just write a book of things I think people like really need to know that'll help them avoid little mistakes and avoid wasting their time. If there's just a lot of little things and you'll be like, oh, I never knew that. You know what I mean? Like make the mistakes I made because I never knew some stuff. So I like wrote books and I just wrote that stuff down just to give you a little heads up when you have a, you're trying to buy land or order a log cabin kit or something, just things you have in your brain that makes you smarter, even if you're dealing with a real estate agent or you're dealing with a salesperson, you'll have a little knowledge in there and nobody can pull a fast one on you. It'll help you.
Rena says, how did you start building your home? Did you purchase the frame and then build?
Well, I did like a year's worth of research because I knew I wanted to build it. I knew I wanted to build my own house, to tell you the truth. I'm like, I am going to build a house. I just felt the urge to build my own little house, little tiny house. And my father, who's a carpenter, he lived in another state though, but he told me, he's like, why don't you do a log cabin kit? He thought he was doing me a favor, you know what I mean, or whatever. He likes log cabins too. He put one together once. So I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Let me do a little research on him. So I did literally a year's worth of research. And then I went to look at them to see what quality they are. And I did know how to use tools because when I was little, I would try to help my dad. And he was the kind of father, he would let me do the saws and everything. So then I chose one. And then they literally just put it on this big semi truck and they just bring it to your yard and just unload it. And it's just sitting there in a big pile. And you're like, okay, now I'm going to turn that big pile into a house. What it takes a few days to wrap your head around all that. And then you just start doing it.
Emily says, hey, from Wisconsin, Becky, you give me life. Loy Wen says, what can a pond provide to a homestead? Is it worth it if I want ducks and fishes to spawn?
Oh, they can provide mosquitoes, which is a bad thing. I don't like having water on my property. If I did have water on my property, I would probably choose running water, like a little stream or a river or something. I personally wouldn't want a pond because I hate mosquitoes and I love to be outside. And they're pretty annoying when they bite you. I don't know. I just wouldn't. But if I did have a pond out there, like I just inherited property and it had a pond, let me tell you something. I would figure out who you call to keep it stocked with fish because I know there's places you can call they'll deliver fish and you can stock your pond. I would keep that sucker stocked because those fish would eat all the mosquito larvae and stuff. Keep all the bugs down.
Tana says, I just stumbled on your videos the other day and have been binge watching them. I will buy your books as soon as possible. Currently, I am working on building a garden, but have limited light. Any advice?
Oh, limited light. It is interesting. There are so many different kind of plants and they do need different variety of light, but most gardens, if you want to grow just an average vegetable garden and even a lot of flowers, you need to find a spot 6 hours of light. Usually you can get away with that, 6 hours. So try to find a spot that gets all the morning light, or even better to me is all the afternoon light. So if you can just pay attention to where your sun shines in your yard and find an area like that where, you know, see a spot that gets like 6 hours of light. And even if it's a small area, do the dirt deep and just pack those things in there close. You'll get stuff.
And just plant stuff that says shade or partial shade.
Well, not very many vegetables are like that. Most vegetable gardens need 6 hours of light. So.
Andrew says, hello from Australia.
Wait, I want to tell her one more thing. If you can, I mean, it's conceivable, like trim a branch to get a little more light in a certain area. Like I maybe wouldn't cut the whole tree down, but it was not going to hurt a tree if you like cut a couple branches down and just try to make it a little more sunlight. There's stuff you can do.
Don't just go cutting branches. Be careful doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people get hurt doing that.
Of course, be careful.
Andrew says, hello from Australia.
Hi, Andrew.
Kirit says, hi, Becky.
Hi, Kirit.
Megan says, how many animals do you own?
I don't know.
A lot.
12, 13 maybe.
Bryce says, shout me out, please, Becky.
Bryce! Go get my little ducks for me, would you? I want to hold them and show them how cute they are. Come on, please. Run out there and get them.
Well, you guys have something to talk about, so now you're just standing there.
Okay, I'm going to, just if you can be patient, I'm going to go get my little ducks. I'll talk while you go get them. I go right now. I'll talk about my little ducks. I'm going to tell him what happened to my little ducks, okay? While he's running out there to get them. They're in the black tub. What happened is when they were really, really little, I took them outside because I think it's really good for them to get a little sunshine and walk, you know, get their little legs strong because these are runner ducks. So anyway, I put them in the little tub. They're like swimming around. And then I got them out and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sit in my barn on my bench and let them like get dry and run around the little cement area. Oh, this is kind of gross. So I have my Croc shoes on and I'm like walking really slow. And I didn't like step on the duck, but when I was like taking a step forward, my like rolled on the duck. And I just stopped because I was just like, oh, that felt so gross. And I was like afraid to look back there. But I did, of course. And of course, the little duck's like just, it's just laying there. And I'm like, oh, I was so mad. I'm like, I killed it. So then I picked it up and everything. And I didn't kill it. It was still alive. But I like scalped it kind of. Just the hide was off it. So I was just like, oh, my little ducky. I was like so upset. But I was like coming in the house looking for some ointment to put on there, triple antibiotics. So then finally when I calmed myself down, I'm looking and I'm like, well, like I didn't break the skin at all. It just like skinned it, the fur off it. So then I just took good care of it. I'm like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to put anything on it, no medicine or anything. And so I didn't, and ta-da, it's fine. I want to show them the boo-boo. Let me show it this one. You hold that one for 1 second. And I just told them what happened with the little boo-boo. Here, they can't see it if you do that. Oh, my little babies.
They can't see them now. I'm holding them. Don't you dare drop that thing.
They're funky. I'll show you how I hold them. I get them like this. All right, I want them to see the boo-boo. Right there's the boo-boo. Can I see it? Right there's the boo-boo on the little duck's head. It just healed. It's like fine. It dried out. It didn't get infected and kept eating and everything. These are my little runner ducks. Oh, you little stinker. They're very strong. Well, you can lower it because I'm not going to hold them any higher. I'm going to hold them right here.
Take a little step back.
Look at them struggle. They're so bratty. They want down. But then when you got to kind of squish them or they fight you. It's like, get over there. Hold still those little feet. They are so cute.
We got a $5 super chat from Tana.
Oh, thank you, Tana.
Thank you for the response.
Can they see them good? Can you see them good? I'm going to explain the difference.
Tana says, thank you for the response. I practically live in the woods.
Oh.
We may have to cut some branches to get more space. Thanks
Yeah,
again.
yeah. You know, they make this thing, it's like a long fiberglass pole, and there's like this arced blade. And then you can just stand on the ground over here, and the branch is over there, and you can just like saw like that so you're not underneath that, and you can just do that one branch at a time and then just keep going and it's safe. But wear a hard hat if you do it. So these are my little duckies. I've been wanting these ducks for a year.
We got a $2 super chat from Dana.
Thank you, Dana. All going to make more videos for you guys. So
And Dana did not say anything.
Oh, well, okay. Thanks, Dana. I want to show the little feet. I want to show these little runner ducks. These little runner ducks stand up. Like, they stand up like that, and they can walk.
Oh, here's Dana.
Really good.
Said the message didn't go through, but Dana says, I sent a super chat, but it didn't take my message. Who helps build the cabin and the homestead? You often say we. Who is we?
I built my cabin. Let me explain it. I built the cabin. It was my idea. I researched it. I found it. I bought it, made all the arrangements, and I built it. So if there was something really heavy, I would like ask for help to lift, you know, something up really heavy. But that wasn't every day. It wasn't very often. And I'm strong, and I struggled and would like lift stuff up myself. So like I did all the cement blocks on the foundation. I mixed the cement and built all the, you know, built the whole stem wall, did the foundation, and I put all the logs up, bolted all the, like had this big powerful drill, like put all those screws in. I have a video about that. Scott like put together pictures and then I like talked over it, saying step by step, and that's on my website. You can see that. So I did it. I know a lot of people don't believe that. They're like, oh yeah, she's a girl, she didn't do it. But I don't care because my friends and my family, they know. They know. Huh, little duckies. But the good news is anybody can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So if I made a mistake or I just did something wrong, I'll just like fix it. Whatever. It's like life. You make a mistake, fix it. It's that simple. It's no different when you're like building a homestead.
Dana says, thank you. I've been dying to know. I believe it. I've seen them all too.
Yeah. I mean, everybody needs help. I mean, I can't lift 1,000 pounds by myself. Like, I'm not claiming to be like King Kong. And I'm like, you know, even men, they have crews that do stuff because you need help sometimes. So yeah, that's, if you need help, you just try to find somebody that'll help you and just be like, hey, can you give me a hand? But let me assure you, when you're building your own house, everybody splits. They all want to come and see what you're doing, but you're over here alone with the crickets chirping in the background all by yourself, and it kind of hurts your feelings, and it's kind of depressing at first because you're just like, I don't know, you have this fantasy in your head like it's going to be like this barn raising party and everybody's going to be there. It's like, no, they're not. Because they all have their own life to do. You gotta just keep going.
Jasmine says, I hatched my first duckling this past week. I adore runners. They're the best ducks.
They're so adorable.
I've been watching you for years, but this is the first live stream I catch from Jasmine.
Oh, good. I'm glad you joined us. Look how cute they are. They just stay there. They think I'm mommy. They're like all comfortable and relaxed.
They're so big. They grow so fast.
Yeah, they grow really fast. That's because I feed them good. Okay, here's my guess. This one's the boy. Boo-boo head right there. I just think that's the boy, and I think this one's the girl. Oh, it's biting me. Look at that, you little brat. That's my guess. Boo-boo head, I don't know what to call it, but is long and skinny. And this one's like stockier and fatter. I think the stockier, fatter one's the female. This one here has like a bigger, longer bill too. Look at that little bill. And it's all serious. It's all personality. And I just find that's how boy ducks are. And when boy ducks get older, boy ducks don't quack. Only girls quack.
Better to be seen and not heard.
So that's one way you can, I mean, most people by the time they're grown up can tell the different, by the time the ducks are grown, they can tell the boys from the girls, but a lot of people didn't know that about ducks.
Andrew says, Becky, we love you in Australia.
I'm so glad.
I'd say throw us a boomerang, but it would just go right back to you.
Are you too comfortable? You look a little too comfortable. Yes, you do. You little babies.
They like the name Boo Boo Head.
Oh, they like the name Boo Boo Head? Okay, I'm going to keep it. I know, I feel sorry for him, but it looks fine though. When a lot of people will have an injury to an animal or something and they'll be like they have to do something, you know, like they have to take it to the vet or put medicine on it or wash it with soap and water. I always wait and see. And if there are no blood veins cut to where it's bleeding, I'm like, looks pretty good. Like maybe if we just don't touch it and just let nature take its course.
And still keep it in a clean pen.
And then I'm just keeping an eye on it because, of course, infection can set in at a later date, and then, of course, you'd have to wash it and maybe put some triple antibiotic ointment on it and stuff. But a lot of times you can just wait and see. And I did wait and see, and it just dried out, and it's like, couldn't be better, and I didn't even do anything. Boo Boo Head.
Jessica says, hi from South Africa.
Hi, Jessica. Glad you joined us. I love when everybody comes on here from all over. It's like a big club of just people from all around. All the Homestead people.
Megan says, are ducks messy?
Ducks are very messy. That is without a doubt. There's no getting around that. They poop a lot, they eat a lot, they splash around that water and get it like little dribbles all over. They're very, very messy. But in a garden where you're watering, you're weeding, it's kind of messy in a garden anyway, they fit right in there because these things can eat the bugs. That is for sure. Ducks are meat eaters. They will eat the bugs. So, and I got the runner ducks because they stand up tall and they can like reach up those plants and get the bugs off there. Oh, look, the little foot's hanging.
Jasmine says, ducks are very hardy. I'm sure he will grow his feathers back when he molts. They're very beautiful.
Oh, it's already grown back. Believe me, it was way bigger than that.
He's yawning.
Are you tired? Are we keeping you awake? They're like really warm. I can feel they're like heating up. They're heating up.
Okay, well, that's pretty much it. If anybody wants to get in one last question and use the super chat before we end this,
We gotta go because I got a lot of stuff to do out there. I'm gonna go to a horsey yard sale.
Megan says, my mom said we can never get ducks because they're so messy. Was wondering if that was really true.
Well, they're messy. You just gotta keep them in the right spot. If you have a little fenced-in garden, why don't you keep them in there?
Andrew says, a lot of people believe that it's every animal in Australia that's out to kill us. It's not. It's only every second animal.
Whatever. People are more dangerous than animals. Let's be honest. It's like some weird person will get you before an animal will. Because most animals don't want you. Okay, I gotta put these things. You're getting heavy. You guys are brats. Yes, you are. I'm gonna go put you back. I'm gonna go put them in their little water tub and let them take a swim. Okay, so we'll see you next Wednesday. We didn't do it yesterday because I got busy and I just couldn't have a chance to do it. So next Wednesday, 3:30.
The truth is, we just completely forgot.
Because we were busy. We didn't forget you. I never forget you. I think about all you guys every day.
Jasmine says bye. You look
Bye,
great.
Jasmine.
Bye. From Rebecca says bye.
Bye, bye.
Natural Fun says hi.
See you next Wednesday.
Bye.